This month we are going to cover, as always, first the latest PHP releases, starting by PHP 5.6.28, and the PHP 5.16 end of life is near. Not the exact end of support, because it will still have security bug fixes after 2017. We also covered just briefly some of the latest bug fixes on PHP 7.0, but the great news of the month, actually, in December 1st, it was releases PHP 7.1.0. We'll talk a bit about what were the improvements, focused in particular those related with performance. And for that, there was another article that for now we just cover it briefly because it was published more recently, and we'll talk about it more in depth next month. But this article will cover how PHP performance evolved over time, not only from PHP 5 until PHP 7.1, but it already includes a preview of what you can expect for PHP 8 or maybe PHP 7.2, because there is a JIT engine being developed, and there are some improvements that are already shown on this article. Then we start to cover the usual set of proposals for the next PHP version. There was a proposal here regarding comparing some value with an interval. There was some discussion, but I think there was no agreement on what would be the best syntax for this that would not cause any conflicts with the current PHP syntax. Then we'll talk about a proposal regarding type-locked variables. I mean, variables that once you assign them, you cannot change the type. You can change the value, but not the type. Then we'll talk about what is planned to be deprecated in PHP 7.2. I mean, things that will start issuing warnings if you are still using them. Because they'll be removed in future PHP versions. Then we will talk about function overloading, which should be basically to be able to override existing PHP functions in the case using extensions. Then we talk about a proposal to improve the array iterator interface with a few more functions. And then we also talk about certificates that are being used for PHP to make HTTP SSL requests. So they start distrusting the certificates that use SHA-1 hashing. Then we talk about a proposal that will allow subclasses to not be required to declare type hinting for a function that is redefined. And then we'll talk about some more recent modern practices and in the PHP community that include not only things that only work on PHP 7, but as well the extensive use of traits and also packages that implement the PSR interfaces defined by the FIG, the Framework Interoperability Group.